In 3ds Max 9, the main focus was speed. We really wanted to speed up as many different areas of Max as we possibly could. In this video, we're going to focus on the speed ups in the editable poly system, and what you're going to see is some substantial speed increases when working with polys. Now, in order to show you this, what we're going to do is work with 3ds Max 8, Service Pack 3 is the base, and that's what you're seeing in the video now. And as I'm doing stuff in that window, every now and then I'm going to pop up Max 9 and do the same thing so you can get an apples-to-apples comparison. The first thing we're going to look at is the orbiting speed. You'll notice inside of Max 8, I'm orbiting at around 62.5 frames per second, and in Max 9 in the window, around 382 frames per second. You see 369 frames, and you'll notice this model is a 652,000 polygon model, or about 1.2 million triangles. Now this is of course a worst case scenario for earlier versions of Max. This is a hugely dense model, and we're trying to manipulate small parts of it. And you can see here I'm just selecting a bunch of vertices in Max 8. Now pick the move tool, have to wait for the little move icon to finally appear on those points. And there it is. Now just to make this difficult, what we're going to do is go into the soft selection area and just turn soft selection on and try and move it using a soft selection. Now in Max 9 we're going to do basically the same thing. Going to zoom in on this, select the points, and you can see I can simply grab and move them like that. I'm still waiting for soft selection to calculate in Max 8. Let's grab another area and let's turn on soft selection just to do the same thing. And you can see my soft selection appears, and I can grab and move those points very quickly. Still waiting for soft selection, of course, to appear inside of 3ds Max 8. So there we have it. Quickly orbited around, done a couple different grabs and moves, and over in Max 8 we are still waiting for the soft selection to appear, which should appear any second now. There it is. Now I can grab that soft selection and just try and move it, keeping in mind we've already done this a few times in Max 9. So I think it's pretty obvious to see that we've got orders of magnitude speed increases in a lot of the stuff you do inside of Editable Poly. We can make it a lot easier to work with really dense meshes, not just orbiting and navigating around them, but actually physically manipulating them. Now at this point what we're going to do is do a little bit of paint deform. So we're just going to try and do a paint deform stroke inside of Max 8. And you can see how long it takes to update that stroke. We're also going to try and do another stroke around the eye here, but I'm just waiting for the paint icon to appear over my cursor. And there it is, and now I can try and do a stroke around the eye, which you'll see won't have enough samples, and it's just going to end up being kind of diagonal and angular. If you look up in Max 9, however, you can see that I'm painting without any issues whatsoever inside the viewport. Just dragging strokes around on the model. Again at 652,000 polygons. Really not a problem for me to go and do all this paint display. So just an obvious example of the type of speed that's happening inside of Max 9. This is not the only area we've sped up, but it is one of the most obvious for most people.